Good morning, good morning, good morning, everyone. Good morning. It's such a bright new day. As those who are aware, we are here every day, Monday to Friday. I just want you to take a moment and just share with your other people that are listening to us today, to just share with your friend, your colleague that we are here, we are live, and we're really doing a great job because we are the change we seek. So as we come on today, my name is Sylvia Bimwansa, or simply Sunshine, because I come giving you radiance, giving you chance to just shine because you woke up today at 6 o'clock or 5 o'clock. I know Abby woke up at 3 because I don't know what she does from there, but I did wake up at 6:45 on Tuesday. I wake up at 6:45 because I have to sit down and look at you and see how we'll be able to interact. So today is a very special day. As you know, I am the founder and CEO of SBM Investments. SBM Investments has got portfolios, and one of the portfolios that we come with today, on Tuesdays, is the SBM Consulting and Coaching Services, which forms or which facilitates the Mindset Change program. So this program has enabled us to think outside the box, just go all over the place and manage, the things that we do so that we can be able to socialize ourselves in this area where we are saying mindset change is possible. And why do we say mindset change is possible? This is why we are telling you that we have utilized the 7:30 calls, and we've been here for the last 3 years, 3 years, 4 months this month. And we are going every day. And why are we saying we've been here 3 years plus? Because we're a team. We're a team of 4 colleagues, where we have on Monday, we've got Rev Water with Unleashing Your Destiny. On Tuesday, of course, it's Mindset Change. On Wednesday is an open day where we want you to join us and just socialize yourselves with the things that you do and share to the world the things that we do every day. And this is marketing your products and services. That is on Wednesday at a small fee, but it is what it is that you talk to the world and see what you have. So we disappeared a little bit. Okay. So on Thursday, we've got our amazing Dr. Nelly with just thinking yourself. I am waking up from my bedroom, and I'm going outside there, taking the risk in the boardroom and making things happen as it is, and just making sure that you are good with your own preparations. Then on Friday, we've got our health tips with Doc Jackie, and this we just use it to just talk about anything healthy and how we can prevent it and how we can go forward. That's why we call them prevention is better than cure. So today, put your hands together and welcome my special guest, Abigail Mupambi, who has joined our consulting and coaching services department as our business development consultant, coming all the way from Harare, and who is actually seeking more or seeking more out of herself and out of the environment that we need to do. This is a platform where anyone can make it. And I was just chatting with Rev Water this morning, where I was saying, how is your home? And he says, oh, it is going to be well. And I said, yes, because you are ready to drive. You are ready to travel the process. You have seen the end result. The end result that you see makes you go on and on and on. Because why we don't sometimes do the things that we want is because we only want success today, but we don't want to drive the process. So today, this is why we are here and seeking what we need to do or how we need to change so that we can see the process. And just what does she mean by you are the change we seek? What does she mean actually when she says you are the change you seek, or you are the person that you've been waiting for? So in your introduction, Abigail, That is your question. That is the invitation we put out to the world out there. So I'll allow you to introduce yourself and just delve into what do you mean when you say you are the change we seek. Over to you, Abby.
Thank you so very much, Madam Sylvia, Madam Sunshine. Yeah, you always shine all the way, you always shine. And in particular, speaking about the change that is possible. And of course, I keep clinging to the statement, to the phrase, look right yourself on the mirror. And guess what? It is always satisfactory for people to point fingers and say, I can make it because government probably. I can make it because of my neighbor. I can make it. But guess what? The very change that you are seeking, actually, the person you have been waiting for is right there, right in the mirror. You are the very person you have always been waiting for. What are we talking about? We are talking about the mindset change and your mind as a pivot, your mind as a canvas. And of course, in business development consultancy, we talk about walking through the journey, taking individuals through the journey of identifying where they stand in terms of their mind, in terms of the compass direction which they want to take towards the route of success. You would agree with me that for you to go north in terms of your success, you need first of all to identify the position, the pivot, being the mind, where you are today. Is this where you should be as John in terms of your financial status? Are you comfortable with the position you are right now as Peter? Are you comfortable as a youth? And that must, of course, bring us to a consensus that somehow, we must find ourselves. We must be able to identify the pivot, the compass direction, of course, recognizing that as individuals, as communities, as a people, we need to be taken through the process by some aspects, by some the mindset change agents, and of course, to help us identify first where we are. And of course, this process does not actually take you to someone, it takes you right to yourself to recognize that you need to be assisted. You need actually to have a rude awakening to say, oh, the game is on me. The game is in my mind as a pivot.
Wow. Yeah. So that explains it, why, how you understand of the change. I remember when you were first in class a year ago, you were such a vibrant person when you were discovering yourself and said, so this I must learn, this I must. I just want you to share with those people that are waiting for success how mindset change can help them to understand that everyone is full of something, because we are educated, we are professors, we're doctors, lawyers, we are all these titles that we're journalists, and we've got so much knowledge that that we have learned over time. I just want you to, because I got some very exciting insights when we were talking about, when we were sharing that, everyone, when they come through that door, they have got all these big knowledge, big institutions, they are running institutions. I just want you to take a step back and say, oh, okay, what I learned about that knowledge is such that it can never be enough. From that context, the way you understand it, because I heard you say something very cardinal when we were talking about people who are very educated and they think that they don't really need mindset change because they've done so many leadership programs. I just want you to have a comment around that.
Thank you so very much. I want individuals to imagine their minds as a filing cabinet. And it is a concoction of everything. It is the canvas, it is the pivot. Having made a conscious decision that you want to go towards the success process, you have to prioritize. You have to be disciplined. You have to, of course, particularly speaking about business development, you must be able to align your high-paying activities, and that's HPAs, and be able to say, this is the imperative that I must never let someone do. And of course, only myself, I must be able to do this. And when you must, of course, be talking about issues around this, beyond the smart goals, the smarter goals. You need to walk the process. This is the importance. This is what I can delegate. So in this big concoction of the cabinet of issues around disappointments, issues around diplomas and degrees and everything, if you then don't prioritize and make sure that in this cabinet things are done orderly, things are done with priority, at the end of the day you'll be shocked. But I have a degree, but I am a professor. Why is it that in my bag there is nothing? So at the end of the day, you need to make a very conscious decision to draw the route of the success direction, the success process, and be disciplined enough to follow through. And of course, that's where we have the experts also coming in to jump in to help you file this cabinet, some full of educated material, some full of family matters, some full of a number of things. You need to flash out. You need to file the files within. Here we are speaking within your mind. Remember, I said the very change that you are looking for, the very person you have been waiting for, is yourself. So we are speaking about this cabinet, which is within yourself, which is within your control. Before we talk of blaming the environment is simply enabling. It's actually the universe helping you to get somewhere. And of course, you can choose within the environment, but the game is with you. How are you filing your priorities? And of course, talking to business, high-paying activities must be given higher priority.
Wow, I just love the way you have made it, when you mentioned the filing cabinet. And it has just reminded me of something really practical. When you've got a new idea, you've got a new business, you've got a new something, and you have to find a file, and that filing cabinet will never be full because that is a new idea. In fact, maybe you even put it, in front so that it can be able to share. You can be able to access it easily because that is a very good idea that has come in the institution, and you need to do it. So if we can be able to take our real life in the way that we learn new things, and use the example of a filing cabinet. You always, every day, even when Abigail came in, we are looking, okay, make a new file for this, make a new file for this, because we're going to be reviewing this, and we have to start the process, this, we need to do this for the foundation, we need to do this. We have to create those files, and the filing cabinet to just maybe decant some, create space for the new knowledge, or create space for the new file, so that you can be able to to do your duties properly. And this is what happens even in our minds. Learning never stops. Learning is continuous. Every time that we've got something new, we are learning new things. So that is a very intelligent way of looking at new knowledge. So I just want you to give us an example of a mindset change you facilitated in a previous business development consulting and the consulting role, because I know you've been consulting with a lot of things, a lot of issues, a lot of you are big on the ground when it comes to communication, and I just want you to always communication or setting the agenda. What are just some of these things that you've been able to do that has helped people to come out of where they were. I even remember where he's saying, please deal with the mouth that is talking about all these things. I just want you to, to have this open mind where you give us an example of how mindset change you have facilitated in previous business development consulting role that has helped to change the environment or to change something in your own space.
Thank you so very much once again. Maybe that drives me to talk about the issue around the fear, and in particular the fear of the unknown. And of course, I have facilitated one thing that is common when we speak to the issue of the journey to success. We have got people that have got so much energy in explaining the anticipated risks in dealing with issues of fear, in particular the fear of failure, the fear of making mistakes, and they haven't probably graduated most people into actually giving prospects of what if I make it. So what people really need also to graduate into understanding that mistakes are part of the process. It is out of those mistakes that we actually pick ourselves up. We learn better. We even do it better after making those mistakes. So the subject about overcoming the fear, be it real or in particular the major fear of the unknown, the issue of not understanding that risking is part of business. And of course, positive risking, we are not talking of people just poking the lion and say, I'm risking. That's foolish. We want to talk about a strategic risking, and of course positive risking, and of course fishing from the far ends, and of course expecting the best and putting your best. Mistakes, remember, mistakes being part of the learning process. I have seen that actually working, and also that also can even fast driving me into one of the, I remember one Reverend Ward here on this program when I was following the issue around the association. Remember, we said what you need to safeguard is your mind. Now you know that your mind is the pivot, it is the canvas, it is the filing cabinet. Your mind is so precious to you. What are you surrounding yourself with? Many people actually behave out of what they hear, out of what they see, out of what, of course, they associate with every day. You then need to be very careful to guard on your mind. Are you guarding yourself? Are you exposing yourself particularly to things that matter into your line of business? And of course, this is what will be actually filed into that sacred cabinet. And of course, if you just pick everything, you may get yourself into trouble, even as you want to prioritize, because you have such a very distorted concoction within your filing cabinet. So it is very important then to make sure that you guard what you hear, you guard what you watch. And in this era of ICT, you may actually guide yourself to, in terms of knowledge enhancement, guard your mind. Remember, your mind is your pivot, your mind is your canvas, and of course, it has it that we need to prioritize going forward.
That is so true. On our platform, we always say people say things, but we are the ones who attach meaning to them, and then we just get so confused. We don't like people because they said that, even if it doesn't even concern you. I'll take, for example, the way we will be so sick when our team loses football, even if we're not even here. Maybe it's a team that is in Europe, it's a team that is somewhere else. But the way we get so affected is because we have attached ourselves to those. But if it's a good thing, that's good. But if it's something that is taking away from you, then those are the things that we are saying, leave them alone, because they're not going to help you be productive. Because at the end of the day, you have to manage your 24 hours, because that is where you've got your things that you're going to tick at the end of the day. Most people, like today, I'm on my way to my speaking engagement in Istanbul. But I didn't say, oh, because I'm traveling, so I'm not going to do this, or today I'm not going to do this. I just don't have those excuses because I am planning. I really do not have those excuses. And by the, at 17 hours, when I was just looking in my emails to close my day, then I find this email from World Bank saying, come to the meeting at 10 hours because we are looking at the effect of education, or the effect of things on young business people, on young adults. What are they doing? And I said, oh, that's a great opportunity. On my way out, I will stop by and I will be able to meet that opportunity, because I don't know these little knowledges that are coming from there, here and there. I don't know, it could be an opportunity that I have been waiting for. So this is what it is. When you've got an opportunity, prepare your mind. Don't have that fear. If I go there, it's going to make this. If I go there, whatever opportunity that comes on your plate, take it. Don't say no. Go and listen. Then from when you listen, you'll be able to say, oh, I'm going to refer someone. That's where the team, or our team, comes in. If that what they're asking is not, I will invite my team members, to say, oh, we've got this, I think you can do this, I can do that, and we get on to do our program. So this is what Abby is saying, where have you packed your filing cabinet properly so that you can be able to utilize the knowledge that you've put in there? And this is one of the things that we at the Mindset Change, we pride ourselves, because we say, first of all, when you come to our program, you first have to unlearn using the workbook. You first have to unlearn all the things that you don't want, all the things that have been disturbing you. Or you look at your interruption log. Who has been preventing you from doing the things that you want to do? And most times we have seen at least 90% of the people that have come on the program, when you say the interruption log, who has been preventing you from achieving your goals? It's been so amazing that it's me. Everyone is saying it's me. Okay, maybe there would be one person who would say it's me, but this is the one who causes for me to do this. And this is why we are saying this program is good for everyone. It's good for everyone seeking success. It's a structured way of making you understand the things that you want to progress, the things that you want to do, the success you want to see. You have to travel the journey. And this process, which is making you effective, efficient, manage your time, prepare for your retirement, prepare for your succession. Like I've always been telling you, that I'm on my way out. So how am I doing my succession planning? Is to engage, is to listen to what, because we run a family business, is to listen to what the children are talking about on the progress, the new innovation, the things that are coming on. How are we doing that? And for me, is now to offer guidance. And as I offer guidance, I'm giving them responsibilities to say, these are the things that when you do this. I remember my daughter was saying, oh, this is so tough. I have made this. I was saying that, oh, you just in the oven. You haven't even bent yet. Somebody hasn't even left you in an oven yet. You're just baking yourself and they are ready for the world. So these are some of the things that we need to now capture. When we are in the workshop, we capture the things that we have to unlearn, like, just the good manners of being on time. If you are always not on time, you have to unlearn that and be sure that all the time you are at least 5 minutes before that particular time, so that you can be able to network, you can be able to to align, you can be able, those ones that are seeing us, on the platform at 7:30, we are in the studio at 7 or at 7:20, so that we know we are sitting properly, we've got this, we've got that. And so this is what it is when you have to travel. You have to be ready for the process, and you have to be ready to travel. Now, coming to Abby, how do you typically establish rapport and build trust with clients in our business, as developing consulting and engagements and all this? How do we just build a trust and rapport so that people can come and sit in the chairs, or we can help them to propagate the things that people want to achieve.
Thank you so very much. The journey around mindset change, as a consultant, as a facilitator, I always thrive to create and, of course, enabling environment for the people to pour out what they are going through. And of course, I wear the same shoes, in particular with the very, very clients. We walk through the journey together. Like, of course, we have talked about the tools that are there. Talk even about the tools that are there within SPM. You would realize that even the very same tools, the My Process to Mindset Change, the planners, they actually allow the facilitator to walk the journey with the clients. And of course, in particular, you talk about close to 3 months walking the journey together. And in the process, the clients or the populace in the other field, when we talk about issues around agenda setting, we talk about the populace, you get to feel the heat together. You get, of course, to make sure that they're on this other side of the stream. So they gain trust, they gain also the bond along the way. And of course, they begin to realize that, oh, even the fear that I thought it was a major, it's actually a minor. So it happens that sometimes people actually major on the minor. I always repeat this that not even as the issues that appear urgent are as important. So as we go into this very journey, we actually make people realize that even the little resources that they have, even the knowledge that they have, it may look smaller, but it is how the little has been used for it to have actually the greater value ahead. It's not about how much is in the pocket, it's the way how much is going to be used, the direction of focus with the very amount, with the very resources, which speaks even to human resources. We map together, we cross together, we swim together. So for a while, and when you are on the other side of the river, of course, you shine like sunshine. Here we are.
Well, I'm seeing a lot of love from Zim, a lot of comments from Zim, your colleagues. And I just want you to assure them that this program is for everyone. And I know we've been pitching mindset change process for a while. And everywhere we have been, we have had talks around mindset change. There's no one who hasn't seen that, they need it. There's everyone has said this is what they need. But I just don't understand. But I think this is why you're saying you are the person that we are seeking. Because if everyone needs mindset change, if everyone says they want, and if every individual, starting with the president, and I've been watching news ever since he came through, he's been singing, we need mindset change. We need mindset change. I've seen the Minister of Small and Medium Enterprises speaking about mindset change. I have seen the PS of local government singing about mindset change. Just how do we pick up and say we are here to, we've got the tools that can be able to, to help manage this. I have seen, and especially of late, I know the Department of National Guidance and Regional Affairs are in charge of values and values, national values and principles. And we're saying you cannot have values and principles if your mindset change is always in the negative. So how can we help all these people to propagate, a positive mindset in the areas of, their mandate?
Thank you so very much. I think if you look at the need for the mindset change, it's not only aligned now with the question of Zambia. It's not a question of Zimbabwe. I think as Africa, let's talk about Africa. I think we had been seeing this as an agenda at various platforms, but I think the level of engagement must actually also get aligned. We need an alignment as countries. We need an alignment, in particular as Africa. When we also talk of an alignment, if it was a car, what are we saying? We need to stabilize and take stock in appreciation that where we are is not where what where we are supposed to be, and then we are back into the mind of the country, back into the mind of Africa, a consolidated mind that we are talking about, and we need to align. What am I talking about? I'm talking about a proper agenda setting where we have our people listening to the right content, hearing the right propagation every day. So if our people are hearing a lot of toxicity, a lot of messaging around failure, a lot of issues around regrets, we are actually downplaying the national mind and, of course, the continental pivot. We need to align as Africa. We need to align as nations. And, of course, you have mentioned that various ministries, even in Zambia, they are talking about mindset change. But we need to take care of our gatekeeping agents. Let's map our media. What is being fed? Like I said, even at individual level, what are you feeding into the mind of the country, into the mind of Africa? It is exactly the same that will, of course, influence the output. Imagine if in your filing cabinet as a nation there is nothing positive. Even if we are going to challenge you to prioritize, what are you going to prioritize? So it goes back. It actually goes back to speak in the very same context of the mind of an individual and the mind of a nation, and in particular the continental pivot has to be aligned. We need to speak about a well-informed stakeholder, of course, a well-informed media that has content that speaks to a take-off on the right direction of business development, industrialization, issues around national development. So once we feed that into the cabinet as a concoction in Africa, it means even as we go towards the direction of filing, people are not suffering from identity crisis of exactly mapping where we want to go as nations, where we want to go as the business of Africa.
Yes, do you think mindset change is the way to go?
It is possible, and it is the way to go. Mindset change is possible. We need to escalate it from people to people, nation to nation, and of course, it's possible. Mindset change is the missing link at the moment.
Wow, I can see Anne there is saying it's highly commendable. This program is highly commendable. She's an alumni of Mindset Change, and her life and outlook has changed. And she says she has gotten opportunities to thrive. This is what it is. So get to sign up on the program. How can I join this informative initiative? You can join. As you can see, there are numbers scrolling there: 097755 1255 You can get in touch with us on that number. You can get in touch if you want to buy a book like we are talking about. She's talking about yesterday. She was trending. She just got herself a copy of the Mindset Change is Possible, and she was trending all over the place. I got tags. I got hashtags from Zimbabwe. I got, it was so interesting because yes, mindset change is possible. And we really do appreciate all of you that are listening to us today. We are so grateful that you have joined us today, and you have heard us. And all it needs is for you looking in the mirror and say, you are the change you seek. And program, and we'll be able to move across. So, Rev, did you have a slide? I could hear some nice, voice out there. So
no, I accidentally clicked something I shouldn't have clicked.
All right. Okay, because StreamYard is so amazing. Every day there are so many nice things that we're discovering.
Yes.
So we really, really are grateful for your back end administration. We owe this to you, and we just love the way you do things every day, a gentleman waking up every morning. For the last 3.5 years, sitting in the back and making things happen. So we're so grateful to you. And tomorrow, be on this platform, but as we are going, make sure one of your 4 imperative things to know that you are the change you seek. Make one of your important things that mindset change is possible, and you have to start the journey. Don't have the fear of these things. And if you are really good to go, just take 2 people, because we're binary people. Take 2 people, one on your left, one on your right, and let's go and change the world, starting with ourselves. So thank you so much for today, and we hope you are the change you seek. Have a good day.